Imagine working day after day, pouring hours into a job, only to realize that after paying rent, groceries, and bills, there's almost nothing left. That's the reality for millions of people right now. Salaries rise slower than inflation, side hustles feel like a hamster wheel, and the dream of financial freedom seems further away every year. The question that keeps echoing in people's minds is, how do the wealthy break free, while everyone else keeps running in circles? This is where Charlie Kirk enters the conversation with an idea that sounds both shocking and counterintuitive. What if the path to real wealth means not taking a salary for 5 whole years? At first, it feels impossible. Who could even survive like that? But hidden inside this unusual strategy lies a secret mindset and financial play that flips the script on everything society teaches about money and success. To understand why this matters, picture a tree. Most people spend their lives picking low-hanging fruit, monthly paychecks, bonuses, and small savings. It feeds them for the moment but never grows into something bigger. Meanwhile, those who dare to plant the seed, water it, and wait through seasons of uncertainty are the ones who eventually enjoy a forest of abundance. That's the principle Charlie Kirk taps into, and it all begins with a choice that looks reckless on the surface but is designed to unlock extraordinary results in the long run. But before jumping into the solution, let's zoom in on the conflict. Imagine someone graduating from college, full of energy and ambition. The world expects them to land a job, collect a salary, and slowly climb the ladder. But reality hits hard. Even with promotions, the ceiling is low. The higher the paycheck, the higher the expenses. A nicer apartment, a new car, dinners out, it all keeps pace with the income. After 5 years, that person looks around and realizes nothing has really changed. The hamster wheel is still spinning. Charlie Kirk flips this whole script by asking a dangerous question. What if chasing a salary is the trap? What if the obsession with monthly security is the very thing preventing breakthrough wealth? This idea forces a confrontation. People crave certainty. They cling to paychecks because they feel safe. But safety often comes at the cost of growth. Think of it like sailing a ship. Staying close to shore feels secure. Calm waters, visible land, familiar surroundings. But the greatest treasures of history were discovered by explorers who dared to lose sight of the shore for weeks, sometimes years. They endured storms, hunger, and the unknown. Yet they were the ones who returned with riches that changed generations. The salary, in this analogy, is the shore. Leaving it behind is terrifying, but it might be the only way to find the gold. So how does this work in practice? Kirk's strategy is rooted in ownership, not wages. Instead of trading hours for a paycheck, the idea is to pour energy into building, creating, and capturing value in a way that multiplies. Entrepreneurs know this feeling well. For years, many founders pay themselves nothing or next to nothing. They reinvest every dollar back into their ventures. They cut personal luxuries to keep the dream alive. It looks like struggle on the outside, but what's happening is compounding beneath the surface. Like roots spreading underground, invisible, yet powerful. The magic comes later, when the fruit finally appears. That's why Kirk emphasizes patience. Those 5 years without a salary aren't wasted. They're an investment in leverage. And leverage is what separates the wealthy from everyone else. A salary is linear. It grows little by little, tied to hours and promotions. Ownership is exponential. One decision, one breakthrough, one opportunity can skyrocket far beyond decades of steady paychecks. But let's not sugarcoat it. There's real conflict here. 5 years without a salary sounds impossible. Bills don't wait. Food isn't free. Most people would dismiss the idea immediately. And that's exactly why this strategy stands out, because it forces a change in mindset. Instead of asking, how can this be done? The real question becomes, what am I willing to sacrifice to buy my freedom later? Think of it like training for a marathon. No one wakes up and runs 42 kilometers without preparation. There's pain, sweat, and discipline involved. The same applies here. Those who commit to Kirk's mindset spend those 5 years living lean, cutting unnecessary expenses, and pouring everything into their bigger vision. It's not glamorous. Friends might laugh. Family might worry. But every sacrifice becomes fuel for the breakthrough. And history is filled with stories of people who took this path. Founders who worked out of garages. Creators who uploaded videos for years without a paycheck. Investors who lived frugally while everyone else flaunted designer clothes. They all endured seasons of silence and doubt. But when the moment came, the rewards weren't just financial. They were transformational. They gained freedom, influence, and a life no salary could ever buy. Here's where the analogy of farming returns. Imagine two farmers. The first plants only enough seeds to feed his family for the week. Every 7 days he's back in the field, planting again, barely surviving. The second farmer plants an orchard. For years, nothing happens. He struggles, wonders if the work is even worth it. But when the trees mature, the harvest feeds not just his family but generations to come. Which farmer looks foolish at the start, and which looks brilliant at the end? That's the very tension Charlie Kirk exposes. And there's another hidden truth in this. Control. Salaries often come with limits. Bosses, office politics, corporate ceilings. Ownership, on the other hand, gives freedom. Even if it means enduring those lean early years, the trade-off is autonomy. The power to decide, to innovate, to break rules, and build something that reflects a personal vision of success. That freedom, once earned, is priceless. The conflict many people face is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of losing stability. Fear of looking reckless. Society rewards conformity. Parents beam when their kids land stable jobs. Peers respect steady paychecks. But Charlie Kirk's philosophy pokes at this comfort zone, suggesting that stability can sometimes be a golden cage. It shines on the outside, but it traps ambition inside. Years where sacrifices compound, seeds take root, and character is forged. At the end of the journey, what emerges isn't just financial wealth, but a kind of freedom most people only dream about. The question now shifts back to the audience. What feels scarier? Living 5 years without a salary, or living 50 years chained to one? One path demands short-term pain for long-term gain. The other promises short-term comfort but risks a lifetime of mediocrity. Charlie Kirk makes the choice clear. To escape the trap, the game has to be played differently. To find the gold, the shore must be left behind. And maybe, just maybe, the secret to getting rich isn't found in the size of the paycheck, but in the courage to go without one. So keep this thought in mind. Every day is a decision point. Every expense is either a chain or a key. Every year is either spent building someone else's dream or investing in one's own. And for those bold enough to embrace the strategy Kirk reveals, the reward waiting at the other side of those 5 years isn't just wealth. It's the chance to finally live life on their own terms.